I want you to focus on habits that build momentum. Okay. So I'm going to talk about 5 habits that can actually really help you. Okay. So, number one habit. Hi, my name is Mo Gayas. Essentially, I'm a kid who's obsessed with winning and sharing the lessons with you because growing up, I wish I had someone like me to help me out. On the Healthy Systems podcast, you will learn one main idea, system from each episode that you can use in your life, whether that is financial, relationships, fitness, and wellness. So if you're a millennial, you're hyper ambitious, this podcast is for you because the more systematic your life is, the more you can win and not waste time. So join me on your journey to building a life of healthy systems for yourself. Hello. Welcome to Healthy Systems Podcast. Today's healthy system is related to the New Year's. Here's the topic. I want you to forget your New Year resolutions and do this instead. I wanted to put the title as F your New Year resolutions and do this instead. But here's the thing. Why do I feel so strong about this? Well, one of the biggest New Year resolutions people set is almost always related to weight loss. It's almost always related to fitness, right? We're like, I want to lose 20 pounds. This is going to be the year. I'm going to get a gym membership. I'm going to get this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to lose all this belly fat. I'm going to have abs. And then guess what happens? 84% of people literally quit by January 14th. That's according to research. And it's so wild because imagine if I gave you $100 and I just said, hey, hold on to it. But I knew by January 14th, 84 of those $100 will be lost. Like you would just lose it. So it's like, what's the point of giving you that 100? Because I know you would just have a very high chance of losing it. So instead today, I'm going to give you something that's actually very, very, very effective and also much like it's going to increase the odds of you winning. So instead of setting New Year resolutions, and this can apply to more than just fitness. It doesn't just have to be weight loss, okay? Because the thing with New Year resolutions and traditional New Year resolutions is they're overhyped, they're overrated, and most people quit by February anyway. So the thing is, I'm always looking for what is the most common denominator for winners because winners don't rely on resolutions. They build habits, they build routines. So today I'm going to give you a healthy system that's actually going to help you. Instead of teaching you to make a really nice freaking vision board, you don't need vision boards. You know what you need is good habits. I'm telling you, vision boards are generally a waste of time. Yeah, you can have a list of goals that inspire you and move you, but our brain is very smart. So when you put a $50 million house on your vision board and a body of some Kardashian on your vision board, deep down, even your subconscious is like, you're full of shit. You're not going to get anywhere with it anyway. So, like, forget the vision board. We're not even going to look at it. So, F your vision board too, because to be honest with you, vision boards are not as effective as people think they are. What is effective are the habits, right? And you need to listen to healthy systems more often because I'm like your best friend slash your favorite uncle slash cousin that gives you the truth. Versus most of these podcasts will have you wasting 9 hours of your day building freaking vision boards and then going to Dollar Tree and buying supplies for it. You don't need vision boards. I'm telling you, vision boards have never, ever, ever helped anybody lose weight or get rich. They just don't. They're just literally there. You just stare at them and people like make the case, oh, I manifested it and this and that. It's like, no, dude, you manifested it, yes. But also, it was the actions that led to that success. And what happens is a lot of people get successful. A lot of people get leaner or they achieve their weight loss goals due to the actions they take. And then people ask them, how did you do it? And they're like, oh, I manifested it. Shut the hell up. I'm sorry, I'm using a lot of profanity today, but it's not how, it doesn't help you at all. Okay. So this New Year's 2025 or any year you're listening to this, don't set New Year resolutions. Let's set some New Year habits. I'm telling you, you'll get way further than if you set New Year resolutions. Because here's the mindset. Most people, when they sit down right towards the end of the year to write their New Year resolutions, here's what happens. They are in a very motivated state. They're in a very emotional state. They almost feel like January 1st, bro, is going to be a game changer. The sun is going to rise different. The sparkles are going to go off. The parade is going to happen. All of a sudden, I'm going to be a brand new person because it's the January freaking 1st. And the truth is nothing. And I mean, nothing actually changes. It's just going to be another day in your normal life, in your daily routine, and whatever habits you've built the last year and you've been carrying on, you're going to do the exact same thing on January 1st. And guess what? We're going to get the exact same results. So that's why vision boarding, manifesting, this, that, New Year resolutions don't get people anywhere. And 84% of them get crushed within the first 14 days of the year. So today, we're going to set some really good stuff. We're going to set some new year habits instead. Okay. And so I've already talked about why resolutions fail. They rely on emotions. They don't have a plan. You don't have a structure, and there's no follow through. There's no accountability, and there's nothing, right? You can write a new year resolutions. Oh, I'm going to write a book this year. But then, okay, what's the plan? Or just by like writing like one word down doesn't, like putting it on your vision board doesn't mean anything. What's the plan? What's the accountability? What's the plan through? Like who are you gonna talk to? What are you gonna write about? What time are you gonna sit down every day to write that book? Right? So like there's so much more than just like making a nice vision board. Oh my God. So here's the habits, right? So the reason I'm talking about habits today is because I want you to focus on habits that build momentum. Okay. So I'm going to talk about 5 habits that can actually really help you. Okay. So, number one habit that I want you to get into is start small and stack some wins. Okay. So, what that means is let's talk in terms of fitness. So, instead of saying, oh, I'm gonna start going to the gym 5 days a week, and I'm gonna eat more protein, and I'm gonna just go on this juice cleanse diet for 19 days. Like none of that works anyway. You're gonna quit within 2 weeks, right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to set some examples, something that seems easy enough to do. Things like, hey, I'm gonna set 3 workouts a week, and I'm gonna walk 6,000 steps a day, right? That is great. And then you can actually stack these habits into pairing, into what we call like pairing the habits, where it's like, hey, I'm gonna drink water every time I drink coffee. So you see how like these little things start to stack up. That's number one. Start with habits that are small so you can't fail. Number two, I want you to track progress, not perfection. Okay. So track what matters. So track your protein intakes, track how many steps you walk, track your workouts. Don't just focus on the scale, track other things as well, right? You can use our apps. You can even use MyFitnessPal, or you can use Aura Ring, or Garmin watches. You can use Apple watches. You can do all kinds of stuff to really track your progress, right? And then number three, I want you to think of accountability, because I'm telling you, and this is with all the love I have for you in my heart, motivation fades. Systems keep you on track. That's why this podcast is called Healthy Systems, because motivation is going to fade away. It's going to disappear. And within a couple of days, you won't even remember the goal that you wrote and the new resolution you set. So motivation fades, systems keep you on track. Hire a coach, schedule your workouts. The coach will help you do all of that and post updates, right? I like the Mo Guys Instagram that you guys know me from. That was literally in 2015. I started that as just like a passion project to keep myself accountable to my fitness goals. Because years before that, I would start my fitness journey and then I would just fall off track. But I wanted to like document my workouts. I wanted to document my fitness progress. And that's what Mo Guys started. And later on, 3 years later, I was like, oh man, I started winning some fitness competitions. And now my friends ask me for fitness advice. Okay, let me go get fitness certification. Then I became a personal trainer, and then it became my like business page, etc. But overall, it started off as an accountability page. And at that time, even I had a coach. And years before that, I kept setting New Year resolutions to lose weight, but I had no plan. I'd never done it before. I would go to the gym and I would do some 2 exercises and I would be like, oh, why am I not getting in shape? And then, dude, everything changed when I had a coach. When the coach gave me a plan, my meal plan, my workouts, and it was actually written. And then every week we would do a check-in. The game changed. And that actually reminded me this week, one of our clients, she's a cardiologist in a big city. And she was talking to me the other day, and she's like, she gave us a testimonial, and she said, man, like every year I've been setting for the last 6 years, I've been setting new resolutions to get in shape. And this year, she's already been working with us for 4 or 5 months, and she's made amazing progress. She can do a pull-up now, and she's feeling stronger, and she's just like, her life just changed. And she goes, this year going into the new year, I'm not setting a new year resolution that's going to fade away. I feel like I'm much more certain I'll achieve the outcome because I have a coach on my side. I have Coach Mo and his team on my side. I'm actually taking real action, right, to do this. So imagine if I wanted to write a book, and I just got into a coaching program that actually helps people write books. Now my odds of actually writing a book 10x, because now I'm around other authors and all we talk about is writing books. Same thing with fitness. You're doing this all alone in your little apartment somewhere or in your little corner, and all your friends are overweight. Your spouse might be out of shape, and your family's full of diabetics and hypertension patients. It's just like you're around people that are not fit. You're around people that don't exercise. So you're trying to like carry this new resolution into 2025, hoping everything will change. Nothing changes. It's just, you're just going to fall flat on your face because your environment is not suitable for the goal that you have. Okay. So that's number three. automate accountability. Find a way to get into an accountability group. Hire a coach that'll take care of everything, right? If you have the funds to hire a coach, reach out, right, at Mogaius on Instagram or on Facebook, or just go to our website, which is just twtt.us. TWTT just stands for Training with the Titans. It's just the letters for it. twtt.us. And you'll go to our website and you'll get all the information. But overall, hiring a coach by far, if you wanted to guarantee results in 2025, I'm telling you, hiring a coach is by far the best thing you can do, because everything will change once you get into a program like that. That's why I'm such a big fan of coaching, is because it changed my life and I see it changing the lives of hundreds of people. Last night, man, it was so crazy. Last night at 11 p.m., I'm laying in bed and I get a Facebook notification that this one client left a testimonial on our Facebook page. And I go on to read it. And it was like 4 paragraphs of nothing but amazing things. And I remember that client very, very well, because I remember the day she joined 4 or 5 months ago, she was so hesitant. She had been burnt by other coaches before, and she had, in her mind failed, and the coaches just had her in like some big contract that she could never do. And like, she's like, I just hated it. They wouldn't let me out. She just had a very bad experience. But after talking to me, she's like, Mo, let's do it. And she, we started on the month 1, and now she's on month 4, and she's lost 15 pounds, and she's and she left a testimonial out of her own heart. We didn't even ask her, because she's like, this program changed my life. And I think, imagine having that kind of support. Like, everybody feels nervous. Everybody's hesitant to hire a coach and stuff like that. But if you've already had coaches growing up in high school and college, the benefits a good coach can have in your life. Right. Some of the greatest athletes in the world, Michael Jordan, right? Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, all these guys had amazing coaches, Serena Williams, and all of that, because coaches just increase the odds of your success. That's what coaches do. People that have coaches end up getting their results. They're 3 to 5 times more likely to achieve their goals, 3 to 5 times more likely. So imagine that, right? So imagine if I gave you $100 and I was like, hey, there's a very, very high chance that you can triple or, quintuple it if you actually have a coach. I think you would do it every single time. So same thing with your health. So just going back to the New Year resolutions, forget the New Year resolutions, set some newer habits, right? Start small, stack wins, track progress, not perfection, automate the accountability by hiring a coach. And then if you're going to do it on your own, focus on recovery and stress management. That's something we don't talk enough about, right? A couple of weeks ago, I did a podcast on cortisol and how stress levels can directly impact your fitness goals. I want you to focus on recovery, to sleep good at night, prioritize sleep, prioritize mobility, prioritize, getting a massage, prioritize using foam roller at home. Just do everything in your power to just focus on your recovery, especially if you're over the age of 28, 29, right? If you're over 30, please do, because your body actually needs more recovery as you get older. So you can't outwork bad habits or bad recovery or high stress. So I want you to reduce the stress, prioritize sleep, hydrate, meditate, and stretch. And then, especially with the meal plans, right? So like, plan your meals instead of guessing. Don't be that person that's like, oh, I'm going to go on a no sugar diet and like overly restrict your food and then get hungry and then binge. And then that cycle of ketogenic diet or whatever diet just continues. I'm telling you, that's going to set you up for success, and it won't last more than a couple of weeks. I want to set you up for success. So that's why I'm saying you don't need perfect plans. You just need simple ones that work. And that's what a coach can help you do. That's what we help our clients do. So at the end of the day, make 2024 the year of systems. Please do not make it a year of resolutions. Resolutions have an 84% chance of failure. I want you to create habits, because habits create systems, and systems create and build that consistency. And I'm telling you, that's how you win. And if you start winning, winning is so infectious, you won't want to stop, and you just keep going and you just keep going, right? So yeah, I think the biggest thing being is like in terms of actionable items, or I can give you some examples before I wrap up here, is workout schedule with non-negotiable days. So like, pick 3 days a week that you will do the workout, put it on your calendar, right? Set reminders on your phone to drink more water, or buy a 40-ounce hydro flask, right? And keep it around you, because that makes a huge difference. Drink more water through the day. Meal prep. Every Sunday, set up a meal prep routine where you can batch cook your proteins, etc. And focus on habits that make success automatic. I'm going to say that again. Focus on habits that make success automatic. New Year resolutions, vision boards do not make success automatic. Habits make your success automatic. And if the last 3 years or 4 years you've been having New Year resolutions and you set them and you don't even look at them again, it doesn't even get, it doesn't even, they don't even get achieved. The reason being is because that doesn't mean anything. You're focusing on the wrong thing. If you focus on the habits, that will make the success automatic. So write down one fitness habits to start this week. Hire a coach. If you've been struggling, please go to our website, twtt.us. We're offering some great deals right now. But overall, work with a coach. If you've been struggling with your fitness goals years after years, I'm telling you, fitness is hard. And that's like, maybe I'll do another podcast on it. After coaching over 1,500 clients, I get to talk to people from all walks of life that have been struggling with their fitness goals. And I'm sick and tired of people on the media and people everywhere just telling people, oh, fitness is easy, just eat less, move more. That shit never works. I'm telling you, that shit is way harder than it sounds, way harder than it sounds. And I'm somebody that's been in shape for the last 9 years. And I have huge empathy for those of you trying to get in shape, huge empathy, because I know fitness journeys are not easy. You're going to fight psychological battles. Your own body will fight against you. Your own body will get hungry and tell you to overeat. Your own brain will play games with you. It is a very difficult game. I'm telling you, it is very difficult. If it was easy, I think majority of the population will be in shape. And the thing is, I tell people this all the time. It's not due to the lack of will. We all have the will to be in amazing shape. It's the lack of skill that holds people back, right? People just don't have the skill to get in amazing shape. They don't know how to exercise. They don't know how to eat healthy. Even if they're like, yeah, Mo, I already know how to eat healthy. I'm like, okay, walk me through what you would eat. And almost always their answer is some salads with some chicken breast. I'm like, how long can you eat that way? Like 2 days, maybe 5 days, maybe 2 weeks. Eventually you will quit, right? And that's the thing. We think eating healthy, we know what to do, but we actually, if we knew, we would do it. I'm telling you, you don't know. You don't have a plan. You've never done it before. And a lot of the misinformation out there only makes it hard. So have some empathy for yourself, because I know fitness is hard. Fitness is getting hold of your fitness routine, getting in an amazing shape might be the hardest thing you ever do, but that's why it's so worth it, right? That's why having a coach can really, really, really help you, because without it, the chance of you not sticking with it, the chance of you quitting when things get hard is too high. Because imagine trying to do it yourself, even if you're taking all the advice I give you here, you're drinking more water, you're recovering properly, you have a meal prep routine, you're working out 3 days a week. Either you will get discouraged because you won't get results fast enough, or you'll be like, man, I'm going to try some other program. My program is not getting me results fast enough, or it's too slow. And then you end up quitting. So it's like, I think doing it yourself is a recipe for disaster a lot of the time. You know what I mean? So that's why like coaches are usually beneficial in that, because our job is only to make you successful, and we're 10 steps ahead of you because we've done it for 10 more years than you, right? So that stuff always helps. So yeah, instead of New Year resolutions, think of New Year systems, New Year habits, right? Like if I had a New Year resolution and I wanted to achieve it because I had a wedding coming up, I had a speech coming up, I was, I was doing something that required me to be my best. Instead of just setting another New Year, like goal or a vision board, I would go hire a coach. I'm telling you, it's by far the best thing you can do. And then obviously you'll still do the work, but I think the coach just increases your odds of winning by a lot more, because with the personalized plan and habits and you learn things in the coaching program that you're like, man, I would have never known this if I was doing it on my own. So that's the most beautiful part about it. Please don't waste a lot of time on New Year vision goals or the vision boards, and they just take up space and just waste time. What you need are habits, and habits are best achieved when you have systems in place, and systems are best achieved when you are in an environment that promotes those systems, that makes winning automatic, instead of it being like, oh my God, I'm literally in a pond full of unhealthy people, unhealthy habits, and I'm the only one trying to be healthy. Versus imagine being in a pond of other, clients. For example, at Training with the Titans, we have a huge community of clients that are all in amazing shape, and there's always motivation, and there's always like people sharing their stories. Like last night, one of our clients posted, she's a mom and a pharmacist, and she posted a picture of her kids lifting her little dumbbells in her room, her 2 boys, and she goes, I got workout buddies today. And you just see that, it just motivates you. You're like, man, like this is amazing, because everybody else is getting in shape. You're in an environment that produces that outcome. So if you're around rich people, guess what happens? You get rich. If you're around smart people, guess what happens? You get smart. If you're around fit people, guess what happens? You get fitter, right? But if you're around unhealthy people that drink alcohol every day, guess what happens? You become an alcoholic. If you're around smokers, guess what happens? You become a smoker. If you're around people that play golf, guess what happens? You become a golfer. So it's like all of these things they not only like impact your life, but it also carries on to your future generation, your kids. So at the end of the day, if you're going to give your future generation anything, give them the gift of health. So I hope this helps. And I hope it drives a point home. After your New Year resolutions, do this instead, which is set some New Year habits. Hope this helps. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for listening to the Healthy Systems podcast. I really appreciate you for tuning in today. Now, here are 2 ways I can help you for free. One, you can join our free Facebook community by just going to this link, bit.ly/Titan Facebook group. Just type that into your browser and then answer 2 questions, and then we'll let you into our Facebook community where you'll meet other people, as well as we have a lot of free resources in terms of meal plans, workouts, all kinds of stuff in there. Second way I can help you for free is if you follow me on Instagram at Moegayus, MOE, G as in George, H as in horse, I as in India, A as in apple, S as in Sam. Follow me there and then shoot me a message with the word Healthy Systems, and then I'll be sure to send you a free gift. Other than that, keep listening in, and I really appreciate you.